Executive Director of Development at Jewish Senior Life, I welcome all of you to our Bar Mitzvah, the 13th annual meeting of JSL, backed by 115 years of serving older adults in our greater metropolitan Detroit community. We celebrate and appreciated all that our devoted staff have accomplished this past pandemic year. And together we look forward with gratitude to JSL building community. Thank you to our devoted staff, donors, and volunteers, our greater Detroit community, who continue to contribute to JSL with time and talent in support of our residents as we regain our footing in this pandemic world. Many of you witnessed on May 22nd as we honored 8 special individuals at our 29th annual 8/80 celebration and bestowed onto them the Tikkun Olam Award. The event was recorded, edited, and resides on the website at JSL. As our largest fundraiser of the year, your generous support continues to provide quality of life services and programs that are so vital to the lives of the older adults and their families we serve. At this time, I would like to introduce Betsy Hewer, immediate past president of Jewish Federation Metropolitan Detroit Women's Philanthropy, who brings special greetings.
Thank you, Joe. Good afternoon. Hi, everybody. As Joe said, I'm Betsy Hewer, and on behalf of the Jewish Federation of Metropolitan Detroit, I'm thrilled to be here for today's meeting. Jewish Senior Life has been a vital part of this community since 1907. If you're doing the math, that's 115 years of providing our older adults with a safe and secure environment that is both enriching and dignified. Across 6 residences and 2 vibrant communities, Jewish Senior Life is more than a home. It is a place where friendships are renewed and formed, passions are pursued, and where seniors can remain active in body, mind, and soul. The Jewish Federation is proud to have JSL as a partner agency and to work in collaboration with their phenomenal staff to ensure the needs of our older adults are met today, while anticipating what is ahead for the seniors of tomorrow. Together, we have faced challenges like never before. The last 2.5 years have not been easy, as the COVID pandemic disrupted our lives and changed the meaning of normal. But while COVID is not gone, we have reached a point where we can balance our safety with our desire to return to living life at its fullest. JSL has made that possible by maintaining the highest safety standards for residents and staff, while offering many engagement and social opportunities, both through Zoom and in person. One Zoom event I had the pleasure of attending was 8/80, which recognizes 8 extraordinary members of our community, age 80 or older, who have lived significant lives of Tikkun Olam. It is just one way in which JSL honors and recognizes all older adults, because whether you live in one of their residences or not, all seniors are part of the Jewish Senior Life family. While today's meeting is about looking back on the accomplishments of the past year, it is also about looking forward to what's ahead. This includes renovations at Fleischman and Heckman that will help ensure JSL continues to provide outstanding residential communities and services for our older population to live out their golden years. We also welcome incoming president, my dear friend, Mark Kowalsky, and wish you luck in the year ahead, Mark. To the outgoing president, my dear friend, Deborah Rosenthal, Yasher Koach on all you have accomplished during your term. Having just completed my presidency of Women's Philanthropy, I understand the unique experience of leading during a pandemic. Roadblocks, uncertainty, Zoom fatigue, but also an overwhelming drive to keep moving forward, to innovate, and to grow. You and your entire board of directors have done remarkable work. And finally, thank you to the JSL staff, led by my dear friend, Nancy Heinrich, for the outstanding care you have provided for our community seniors. Your work not only benefits those who live in your residences, but also their families who can rest easy, knowing their loved ones are living their best lives in a warm, loving community. Batzlacha to all.
Wow. Thank you so much, Betsy. I'd like to invite you to come and volunteer with us now that you have a little extra time. I now bring you Deborah Rosenthal, JSL President, to provide us with the 2022 President's Report.
Thanks, Joe. As my term comes to a close, it's really helpful to reflect back on the last 2 years. We have experienced a really challenging time, yet I believe we have collectively produced some really positive outcomes. I began my term in June of 2020, and I was sincerely petrified. COVID was brand new, and different information was being thrown at us on a daily basis. Fortunately, JSL was blessed with an incredible professional team with Nancy at the helm and the executive team of Barb, Diane, Ron, Joe, Jenny, and later Kara right by her side. They learned the best ways to keep our residents and our staff as safe as possible and creative ways to engage our residents and lessen their isolation, all while running the daily operations too. Their unified and skilled management has allowed JSL to successfully navigate COVID. During this crazy time, we experienced and we continue to experience some real challenges, but I believe we are implementing the right initiatives to improve. After many years of working on our Heckman One refinance, we finally closed. We have made our agency stronger with the proceeds from this refinance, and our residents will benefit from a complete renovation of the units and the dining room. We spent 15 months on the Fleischman Residence Task Force, which resulted in the collective decision to modernize the building. This will improve Fleischman's marketability and continue the legacy of great care that our community deserves. We will soon own the Fleischman residence, thanks to our wonderful partnership with Federation, and it will be a positive addition to the JSL portfolio. And finally, we have engaged a marketing firm that specializes in faith-based senior living communities. This will help increase our census at our market rate independent and assisted living communities. And the marketing team is really excited and confident we will attract new residents. These positive strides would not be possible without our CEO, Nancy Heinrich. Thank you for being an incredible leader and an incredible partner to me. I only hope I have helped you a small percentage of how you have helped me learn and grow in this position. I will miss our almost daily conversations, but I will take away your ability to analyze any situation, discuss the best course of action, and stay calm while trying to figure it all out. JSL is the beneficiary of your excellent leadership. Barb, Diane, Ron, Kara, and Joe, there is no better executive team in this industry, and I thank you for your talent and your commitment. And to the entire team here at JSL, we all thank you for your daily dedication, hard work, and sincere love and appreciation for our residents. We could not provide our excellent care without each and every one of you. May you all continue to thrive and help enrich JSL. And to all of our board of directors, thank you for taking the time out of your busy lives to serve this agency with commitment, attention, talent, and wisdom. I'm a better person for working with all of you, and JSL is a better agency because of your involvement. I have a special shout out to Steve Swartz, who is retiring from his position as treasurer and finance committee chair after many, 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 many years of insightful guidance and excellent service to this agency. We thank you so very much, but are happy you will remain on the finance committee. And we welcome Michael Banks as our new finance committee chair and treasurer. Thank you for accepting the position. Another shout out to our fabulous 8/80 committee chairs, Neil Satovsky, Arlene Selleck, and Nancy Reed, along with the rest of the committee members and the entire professional staff, led by Joe, involved in the fundraiser. You all created another beautiful, heartwarming, and successful event, and we thank you so very much. My only regret during my term is that we were not able to have one meeting in person, but we did our very best on Zoom. I wish our next president more options. And with that, I am thrilled to hand over the gavel to Mark Kowalsky. He has been my mentor for almost 15 years now in Jewish communal service, and there is no kinder, wiser, or more qualified person for the job. I can surely rest easy knowing he has the reins. I really look forward to staying on as governance chair and seeing all of the positive initiatives move forward. I truly believe our JSL future is very, very bright. I thank you again for the opportunity. It has been my true honor to serve this agency. And I will hand it over to Nancy.
Thank you, Deb. Your words, they really capture the spirit of partnership between the board of directors and the staff at Jewish Senior Life. Your leadership has exemplified that partnership perfectly. During the staff's most challenging years in its history, your support and guidance informed decisions that kept our residents safe. There can be no greater testament to your leadership. I've really enjoyed working through every challenge with you, and I've always been able to count on you for level-headed advice whenever it was needed. I also thank you for bringing your husband, Steve, and his real estate expertise to the table at crucial moments. I cannot adequately express my gratitude for all you've done and hopefully will continue to do for JSL, although at not quite the same intensive pace. First, I'd like to thank everyone for making the time to attend this meeting. Whether you're a donor, a staff member, a board member, or a community member, your support of our residents, program participants, and JSL's mission has been so crucial and is so appreciated. Next, I'd like to take a few minutes to share with you what's happening these days at Jewish Senior Life. Some of it we've already touched upon. Deb touched on the challenges of the last few years, and I won't belabor them, but the net impact of the pandemic has made building community a perfect theme for this year's annual meeting. We find ourselves in a period of building and rebuilding our JSL communities. On the building side of the equation, as Deb mentioned, we're in the process of renovating all of the 102 units at Heckman 1, our affordable independent living community in West Bloomfield. The kitchen is being expanded so that we can provide fresher, hotter dinners. And the dining room is being expanded as well so that all of the Heckman residents can dine together rather than in shifts. And a lovely pre-dining area is being added as well to provide a more restaurant-like experience for the residents. On the rebuilding side, shortly, we will formally announce our campaign to fund the repositioning of Fleischman residence, our assisted living community in West Bloomfield. This project will be designed to create beautiful one-bedroom options while maintaining affordable but updated and upgraded studio apartments to serve those in our community needing assisted living. The common areas will also be updated and necessary capital improvements will also be made. The campaign, I'm glad to say, has already been kicked off with a tremendous lead gift provided by the Edward I. Fleischman Foundation. as well as a $500,000 commitment from the Federation United Jewish Foundation. And we hope to begin construction soon. Another aspect of rebuilding, as has been mentioned, is the necessity to rebuild our census at Mir, Heckman II, and Fleischman. The closures of our communities during the height of COVID and the hesitancy of some to move to a congregate living environment due to COVID concerns, in spite of our success in keeping our residents as safe as possible, has really had an impact on our occupancy and required us to market our communities in a new way, something we have been fortunate not to have had to do in the past. As Deb alluded, we'll be engaging an experienced marketing consultant to help us rebuild. This process will take some time. The financial impact of this occupancy challenge will be substantial, and we will be relying on the hard-won proceeds of the Heckman 1 project to cushion the financial blow. In spite of these challenges, we're looking forward to the future, as unpredictable as it may be. JSL is participating in a community-wide senior services strategic planning effort led by Federation to map out the needs of the older adult community for the long term. We know that the middle market, those with too much income to qualify to live in our subsidized communities, but not enough to afford our market rate communities, is very underserved and has not saved sufficiently to afford good housing options. We will continue to seek ways to serve them and all our older adults who wish to live in community with their friends at JSL. The baby boomers are coming, and we want to make sure we're there for them with options that are appealing, where they can continue to contribute and thrive and grow. Again, I thank you all for your time today. I welcome our new board members soon to be installed. I thank our outgoing board members for their dedicated service, with a particular thank you to Ken Goss for his phenomenal dedication and leadership, Arlene Selleck for her tremendous commitment and creative guidance of the 8/80 event, and Steve Swartz for his years chairing the Finance Committee, no simple task. Deborah, again, thank you for your spectacular presidency. I also thank her successor, Mark Kowalsky, for stepping up as he has already done. And I particularly thank all of our JSL team members for their unbelievable dedication to our residents and our mission. And I thank all of our community partners, our donors, Federation, JVS plus Kadima, Jewish Family Service, the JCC, and all of the other agencies, those both under the Federation umbrella and those not, all of whom created the mutual support network that made the Jewish Detroit response to the pandemic as successful as it's been and continues to be. We cannot build community without this collective effort. I now turn the screen back to you, Joe.
Thank you so much, Nancy. You're always so inspiring, and you give us all something to hope for. So at this time, I would like to invite our Jewish Senior Life Award presentations to begin. We're a remarkable agency, and we have warm and caring individuals who dedicate themselves with spirit and devotion, and who pursue and promote the mission and vision of JSL. So I would like to introduce our amazing Director of Residential Marketing and Community Relations, Tracy Prokovnik, who will say a few words and introduce a member of the JSL family who supports the Sandra and Alfred I. Sherman Award.
Thank you, Joe. Hello, everyone. Before I introduce our Sherman family member, I just want to mention that this is the 20th year that this award will be presented. On behalf of JSL, I would like to thank the Sherman family, Marty, Larry, Merle, and their families for their dedication in keeping the legacy of Dr. Alfred I. and Sandra Sherman with us year after year. I would now like to introduce Merle Schwartz, who will give us a history of this award and announce this year's winner. Merle?
Thank you, Tracy. In 1994, to honor their 50th wedding anniversary, my parents, Sandra and Alfred Sherman, of blessed memory, chose to recognize an agency in the community whose mission is to enhance the quality of life of seniors. They knew that Jewish senior life was not just a living space, but an environment in which to experience a full, dignified, and rewarding life. They also appreciated that JSL honored and acknowledges seniors' inherent value, wisdom, culture, and history. The brilliant Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel said, "The test of a people is how it behaves towards the old." My parents knew that JSL's mission would certainly meet and exceed that test. In order to enhance the quality of seniors' lives, it takes a truly dedicated and caring group working together to maintain and expand the excellent and innovative programs and possibilities for its residents. My parents chose to honor a member of that team each year for his or her dedication, devotion, and responsiveness to the residents of Jewish senior life. On behalf of my family, it is my great honor to present this year's winner of the Sherman Award, DaJuan Avery. There is no doubt in our minds that he is exactly the kind of person my parents had in mind when they created this award. DaJuan Avery has worked for JSL for 22 years. He's worked his way through the ranks from maintenance technician to maintenance supervisor at Teitel, to maintenance supervisor of the Oak Park campus, and now he is the assistant administrator at Teitel. He leads his team and colleagues with positivity, kindness, and from the heart. When our family met with him a few weeks ago, we were touched by his wanting to know more about our parents, since he did not have the opportunity to meet them. We are extremely thrilled to present the 2022 Sherman Award to DaJuan Avery. DaJuan.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you. At this time, I would like to thank the Sherman family for sitting down and having that conversation with myself and Tracy. During that time, I got to learn a little more about Dr. Alfred I. and Sandra Sherman, which their contribution in the medical field and everyday living. As we move forward, I hope to continue to make all of you proud as I stand a part of the JSL family, and special thanks to Nancy, Barb, Diane, Jonathan, and Oak Park Campus Administrator Jennifer Staniszewski. My ultimate goal is to one day shake hands and greet you all as we have done in the past, and continue to make you proud as I serve our senior community. I thank you for this time, and I humbly accept this award.
Thank you, DaJuan. Thank you, Merle. I would now like to introduce J.D. Richmond, JSL Director of Environmental Services, who will present the history of the Michael Cloonan Award. J.D.?
Thank you, Tracy. Michael Cloonan was a longtime employee of JSL, back when part of it was known as Jewish Apartments and Services. Mike started out in the position of live-in security and worked his way up to the Superintendent of Buildings, or the SOB, as he jokingly loved to call it. Mike's funny personality, hard work, and willingness to teach others are some of the traits he is well remembered for. Sadly, Mike passed away in 2009, and this award was created in his memory. We recognize an employee who stands out because they are a consistent role model to other staff, residents, and family members, and due to their hard work, positive attitude, and dedication to JSL, as nominated by their peers. This year, the recipient of the Michael Cloonan Award will be two JSL staff members, Shirley Crockett from the Brown Center and Nita Avery from the Prentice Building. Shirley Crockett is a standout employee who can be counted on to help with whatever task is asked of her. Her compassion and empathy are just two of the many reasons the participants truly enjoy being with her. Shirley is a good listener and is always paying close attention to their needs. She doesn't wait for someone to ask her to do something. When she sees a need, she will help. Nita Avery is a team member who is caring and helpful. She displays her talents to multitask throughout her workday. She ensures the buildings are clean and safe for the residents. She answers phone calls during office coverage, assists with mail and package deliveries, and helped form the Oak Park Campus Birthday Club. JSL and its residents are truly lucky to have these two wonderful team members. Tracy?
Shirley and Nita are so very special to JSL, and I'm thrilled that we are presenting to them today the Michael Cloonan Employee Excellence Award to each of them for 2022. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you so much, and mazel tov to all the winners. Congratulations. Today is bittersweet for a few reasons, because we say goodbye to one of our most dedicated patrons and volunteers, the effervescent Elaine Barish. Elaine has relocated from Michigan to Texas to join her family, where she will begin a new life. We wish her well and send her off with much love and gratitude for all that she has done for our agency over the past 20 years. JSL presented Elaine with the Award of Excellence right before COVID, and now we send her off with some special JSL swag, monogrammed spurs, and a pink Stetson hat as she leads the senior rodeo in Dallas. Scott will now play a short video of Elaine.
First of all, the cowboy hat is because I'm moving to Texas. I'm sorry I'm not wearing the rest of the outfit.
The chaps were
And
just...
my horse, and I left my horse at the stable. I became involved with JSL about 20 years ago. I was finishing my term of president of Ort Region, and Carol Rosenberg said, why don't you just come and see what's what at JSL, Jewish Senior Life, except it wasn't Jewish Senior Life, it was Jewish Home and Aging Services at that point. So I said, okay, and that was the beginning. And she sort of roped me in, and I was on a committee, and then there were offices, and then president of the auxiliary of Jewish Home and Aging Services. Boy, all these name changes. And I volunteered with the Memory Care Pavilion and the Brown Center, and I loved it. And we used to have a ladies' club, and you'd think the women would want to talk about their children and grandchildren and recipes. No way.
What do they talk about?
I used to have to buy the National Examiner, Globe, and the Inquirer because they wanted the gossip. I'm telling you, these ladies were racy. And it was a lot of fun. We really, really enjoyed it. And my mother moved. One day I come home and my mother says, I've got something to tell you. I thought, oh my God, what? She's not moving in with me. And she says she wants to move to Fleischman. So the first thing I did was call and ask for a one-bedroom, and they had one. And I said, not anymore. And I went in, signed the papers, and she spent the last two and a half years of her life living a wonderful life at Fleischman. In fact, the day after she moved in, I went to see her, of course, help her unpack. She was off at the activities and reconnected with people she hadn't seen for 100 years. And with all that you read and hear about the aging in place and everything, what Jewish Senior Life provides for our seniors is socialization, and the key to a successful older Americans is the socialization, not isolation. And that's what Jewish Senior Life provides. At Fleischman, which is the assisted living, and the Memory Care Pavilion on the 3rd floor, and even in the Heckmans and the Mir, the socialization. They have more activities than most people can do, and it's very important. And I was very, very fortunate My daughter had great grandparents when she was little, and I had grandparents until I was mature. And I know how important it is for the elderly to live a life of dignity and be respected and have the socialization. And I find that's what Jewish Senior Life provides, and it provides a healthier, longer life for our seniors. And contrary to the residents' opinion, the food is delicious. So I really am thrilled and honored to have been involved with Jewish Senior Life, and I will miss it, and the residents, and of course the staff who are so dedicated and caring to the residents. I will miss everybody, and I really, truly feel grateful for the opportunities I had at Jewish Senior Life.
Good afternoon. My name is Barbara Giles, and I'm the Executive Director of Strategic Initiatives at Jewish Senior Life. I have the honor of speaking briefly about Elaine Barish. In my experience at JSL, it is rare to find an individual who has both a combination of philanthropy and hands-on volunteerism. Most often people do one or the other. It's so special when we find somebody who wants to do both. When Elaine first came to JSL after she completed her leadership term at ORT, she became engaged in the auxiliary for Jewish Senior Life, which ultimately became Friends of JSL, which led to her hands-on work. Elaine's dedication to her parents, Jack and Miriam Shankman of blessed memory, also deepened her connection to JSL. Elaine often speaks of how she learned to do things the right way from her father, Jack, and she became an even more dedicated volunteer after her mother, Miriam, moved into the Fleischman residence. I recall how Miriam used to sit in the lobby holding court with her dear friends she made at Fleischman, and how Elaine would visit and become part of the group while she combined her daily visits with her volunteer work at the Brown Center and up on the Brown Memory Care Pavilion. Elaine works so well with those living with dementia. She created a coffee club where the residents would enjoy learning about the gossip of the day. Elaine also found ways to enrich the Jewish holidays for our memory impaired residents and program participants, another value taught to her by her parents. Not one to forget about taking care of the helpers, Elaine also found a way to make sure that the staff of JSL in the communities were also being taken care of in loving, anonymous ways. So often, we just had to mention a need we had, and Elaine came to the rescue. Elaine and her larger-than-life personality is a great fit for Texas, where everything is larger than life. But also in 1930, friendship was adopted as the Texas state motto, and this fits Elaine to a T.
I have to echo Barb's words and would just add that Elaine's contributions in no way can be measured. I will really miss her insights at the board and on the committees on which she's served, and her sense of humor. She's been an inspiration and a friend, and she is the real deal, a spitfire, a tiny powerhouse, and a beyond generous friend. Thank you, Elaine, for everything. I'd like to now present the 2022 JSL Award of Excellence. The Award of Excellence was first given in 1999. It celebrates remarkable individuals within the JSL family or from outside in the community who've made a lasting impact on the lives of older adults. The honoree could be someone who's improved our agency or the lives of our residents through their board or community efforts, volunteer work, or philanthropic gifts that have helped establish new programs or services. All the assistance that I described earlier would be enough for us to appreciate Deborah Rosenthal, but these details do not begin to describe the other qualities she brings to the table. She's the kindest and warmest and most genuine person to everyone she meets, and she's extremely generous. There's never been a fundraiser or event that Deborah and Steve have failed to sponsor when we've asked. Her leadership style is humble but firm. She guides with common sense and a no-nonsense approach. She exemplifies excellence. Deb, we present to you today JSL's Award of Excellence. And if you'd like to be applauded and say a few words, that would be great.
I think you've heard enough from me today, so I will just say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really thought I was going to get through this day without emotion, but that obviously is not the case. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's truly appreciated. And I have loved every minute of my time at JSL, and I'm not going anywhere. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Deb. It's such a pleasure to work with you. It's now time for the business portion of our annual meeting you've all been waiting for. I invite the chair of our nominating committee, JSL, immediate past president Ken Goss, for the installation of officers.
Thank you very much, Joe. I want to thank the nominating committee who worked tirelessly to come up with this slate of officers. The committee consisted of Deb Rosenthal, Mark Kowalsky, Jack Rothenberg, Carol Weintraub Fogel, Jason Fisher, and Judy Herman. Thank you all for the hours that you put in. The slate of officers for the Jewish Senior Life Board of Directors for the years 2022 and 2023 is as follows. Deb Rosenthal, Executive and Governance Committee Chair and Immediate Past President. Mark Kowalsky, President. Carolyn Cohen, Vice President. Jason Fisher, Vice President. Brian Raznick, Vice President. Alan Sternfeld, Vice President. Jeffrey Fleischman, Secretary, and Michael Banks, Treasurer. The proposed slate of members of the Board of Directors for JSL for the years 2022 and 2023 are as follows. Joanne Aronovitz, Gayle Burstein, Brad Feldman, Carol Weintraub Fogel, Warren Frenkel, Judy Herman, Barbara Horowitz, Allison Klein, Scott Marcus, Nancy Reed, Dr. Rob Robbins, Jack Rothenberg, Lowell Salesin, Neil Satovsky, Andrea Teitel, Jason Tisdale, and Michael Wolf. I want to say thank you to Arlene Selleck and Steve Swartz, who along with myself will be rotating off the board this year after completing the second of our 3-year terms. I know we will continue to be JSL ambassadors in the community during what will hopefully be just a 1-year sabbatical. I'd like to call for a vote from the current Board of Directors to approve the presented slate of officers and the Jewish Senior Life Board of Directors for the years 2022 and 2023. Do I have a motion to approve this slate? I see a couple hands up. Arlene and Gail, somebody else is hopefully taking control of this. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor, please signify by raising your hand and keeping it raised while we can count all the hands up. Anybody opposed? Put your hands up. We'll take a quick count. Thank you all, and congratulations to the incoming officers for the years 2022 and 2023 and the Board of Directors of Jewish Senior Life. May you all go from strength to strength. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome the newly elected president of Jewish Senior Life, who's no stranger to this role or to the community, Mark Kowalsky.
Thank you. I wanted to make sure that I am muted. I really appreciate this opportunity just to make a few comments to everyone at the end of the meeting, and appreciate the fact that we have such a large attendance. Ken, thank you. As you heard, JSL's professional leadership and staff and its lay leadership have worked tirelessly during a very turbulent time to position JSL and its facilities to provide a full menu of first-class residential options and services to seniors in our community, both currently and for many years into the future. I offer special thanks to Nancy and to Deb for their leadership and their willingness to listen to, consider, and adopt ideas and plans to improve the agency. This agency and its predecessor have been a part of my life and my family's life for 6 decades, and it has helped me shape my values and my life priorities. As a teenager, I would go with my father most Saturdays to visit my grandmother, first in the building on Petoskey Street, and then at Borman Hall. Later, I would go with my mother to visit my great-grandfather at Prentice Manor. My parents and family were also regular visitors to Fleischman to visit my maternal grandparents and my uncle. Bonnie and I and our children and the extended Kowalsky family would never miss a Fleischman Hanukkah party. During these visits, not only did I learn from my parents about the importance of honoring and caring for the senior members of our family, but I also learned the difference that the dedicated staff at each of the buildings made, not only to my family, but to all of the seniors that they provide care. These experiences led me on a path to become president of the Jewish Home prior to the merger 13 years ago, and ultimately to my presidency today of JSL. I look forward to this opportunity to work with the board and the professionals to lead JSL on its continued path of inspired service to the entire community. At this time, I would like to call for any old business to be considered by the board of directors. Any new business? There being none, I would like to call a motion to adjourn the 13th annual Bar Mitzvah version of this annual meeting of Jewish Senior Life. Is there a second? All in favor? Mazel tov to all. Thank you for joining us tonight. And thank you to the Jewish Federation of Metropolitan Detroit and to all of the donors, supporters, residents, and families who make up this remarkable agency. Have a wonderful evening. The meeting is adjourned.